there's a jungle out. There's a jungle out. Ian Alleyne's out. There's a jungle out there and the hunt is on. A jungle out there and the hunt is on. We're gonna hunt you down. We're gonna hunt you down. We're gonna come, we ain't playing, it's the last thing on our minds. Go crime much if you really wanna stop crime. Be safe in your home, be safe in the streets. It's a cold place and I'm really feeling the heat. I never wear gold cause someone's always peeping by the fence. Still crime much came and give TNT confidence. I had a dream in the dark, I had a dream in the spring. I had a dream like Martin Luther King. Take me friendly on the phone so you can call us. We ain't gonna call you back. Say they don't know if you call us. Say what you gonna do now. We all coming through now. There's a jungle out there and the hunt is on. A jungle out there and the hunt is on. We gonna hunt you down. We gonna hunt you down. There's a jungle out there and the hunt is on. A jungle out there and the hunt is on. We gonna hunt you down. We gonna hunt you down. We gonna come, we ain't playing, it's the last thing on our minds. Go crime much if you really wanna stop crime. There's a jungle out. There's a jungle out. Ian Alleyne's out. There's a jungle out there and the hunt is on. A jungle out there and the hunt is on. We gonna hunt you down. We gonna hunt you down. We gonna come, we ain't playing, it's the last thing on our minds. Go crime much if you really wanna stop crime. Be safe in your home, be safe in the streets. It's a cold place and I'm really feeling the heat. I never wear gold cause someone's always peeping by the fence. Still crime much came and give TNT confidence. I had a dream in the dark, I had a dream in the spring. I had a dream like Martin Luther King. Take me friendly on the phone so you can call us. We ain't gonna call you back. Say they don't know if you call us. Say what you gonna do now. We all coming through now. There's a jungle out there and the hunt is on. A jungle out there and the hunt is on. We gonna hunt you down. We gonna hunt you down. There's a jungle out there and the hunt is on. A jungle out there and the hunt is on. We gonna hunt you down. We gonna hunt you down. We gonna come, we ain't playing, it's the last thing on our minds. Go crime much if you really wanna stop crime. There's a jungle out. There's a jungle out. Ian Alleyne's out. There's a jungle out there and the hunt is on. A jungle out there and the hunt is on. We gonna hunt you down. We gonna hunt you down. We gonna come, we ain't playing, it's the last thing on our minds. Go crime much if you really wanna stop crime. Be safe in your home, be safe in the streets. It's a cold place and I'm really feeling the heat. I never wear gold cause someone's always peeping by the fence. Still crime much came and give TNT confidence. I had a dream in the dark, I had a dream in the spring. I had a dream like Martin Luther King. Take me friendly on the phone so you can call us. We ain't gonna call you back. Say they don't know if you call us. Say what you gonna do now. We all coming through now. There's a jungle out there and the hunt is on. A jungle out there and the hunt is on. We gonna hunt you down. We gonna hunt you down. There's a jungle out there and the hunt is on. A jungle out there and the hunt is on. We gonna hunt you down. We gonna hunt you down. We gonna come, we ain't playing, it's the last thing on our minds. Go crime much if you really wanna stop crime. There's a jungle out. There's a jungle out. Ian Alleyne's out. There's a jungle out there and the hunt is on. A jungle out there and the hunt is on. We gonna hunt you down. We gonna hunt you down. We gonna come, we ain't playing, it's the last thing on our minds. Go crime much if you really wanna stop crime. Be safe in your home, be safe in the streets. It's a cold place and I'm really feeling the heat. I never wear gold cause someone's always peeping by the fence. Still crime much came and give TNT confidence. I had a dream in the dark, I had a dream in the spring. I had a dream like Martin Luther King. Take me friendly on the phone so you can call us. We ain't gonna call you back. Say they don't know if you call us. Say what you gonna do now. We all coming through now. There's a jungle out there and the hunt is on. A jungle out there and the hunt is on. We gonna hunt you down. We gonna hunt you down. There's a jungle out there and the hunt is on. A jungle out there and the hunt is on. We gonna hunt you down. We gonna hunt you down. We gonna come, we ain't playing, it's the last thing on our minds. Go crime much you. There's a jungle out. There's a jungle out. Ian Alleyne's out.
Hi, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ian Alleyne. This is Crime Watch, and we are back top of the evening to you. All those of you who are locked on the line, especially evening. I know you got frightened just now. You know, just we ran a little couple of minutes late, but nevertheless, it's all putting it in place. So just to let all your friends know and everybody know that we are live and we are up and running. We are up and running. No matter what hurdle, no matter what setback, we are up and running. You know, ladies and gentlemen, I know all those of you on Facebook and Instagram and all the different apps, all those of you who have downloaded the app, remember, you don't need to rush in front of a television set. Like maybe some people love doing that, like running home and making sure when 6 o'clock come, I done organize my supper, I done do what I have to do, and I ready, I bathe, and I'm waiting for the Ian Alleyne to come on. I'm here. I'm here in living colors. I know, so all those of you, remember, you can download the app. On your phone, just Ian Alleyne app on your Google Play, on your iPhone and whatnot. And just to let you know tomorrow, so before we go forward, if you're looking for real good food tomorrow, I want you all to go to Double R. He has River Duck and Cascadoo and Goat Head. Yeah, the man crazy with it. Double R tomorrow. Fireside Duck. Yeah, like I tell you what, you know, every Saturday, you know what I normally do? Every Saturday I have them get lunch. Well, they will. Riverline, just riverline food. Lagoon rice, the works. So here now, watch me, I'll go down to Double R. I tell you, once you taste it, you're going to like it. Think what I tell you. People are, I different kind of fella, you know, I like them kind of thing, you know. You know, little lime and thing, call up your boy now. Call up your boy if you're killing duck and, you know, or a long thing and all kind of thing, yeah. Or a long and thing, call down your dog. Call down your... Call me, I like them kind of thing. Or somebody said, you don't be in the big time, right? Yeah, it have a time for that to sit down and eat up nice food and thing and steak. And yeah, it have a time for that and lobster and thing. But as I tell somebody, every day is Christmas, every day is my birthday. Here now, I'm going to get down to business now. I saw last night, some of you turn off your TV after 3 minutes because you're just fed up with the lies. Last night, you know, it had a conversation with the Prime Minister. And I'm going to tell you something, they rent a crowd, yeah? They rent a crowd because that crowd, if you really wanted to converse with the Prime Minister, you should have gotten people from the farmers, or the rice people from Mandingo Road, the people who road collapse and whatnot, and people who bar owners, get people to ask questions, pertinent questions. But they never did that. They got their people, they got their support. They got everybody, you know. Them people might be in party group. Them people, I know it. They get people from Mount Lambert, this part, that part, St. Joseph. Everybody, I'm sure everybody there is some activist. Some activist. Because no right-thinking person ain't coming to ask no nice question. No right-thinking person, ladies and gentlemen, not coming to ask no right question. So last night, the Prime Minister, what I have done today, I have taken out excerpts from the, you know, little clips and whatnot and put it together for you. So I have about, just to tell you what's going on, I have about 26 clips. About 26 clips. So I have all numbered the clips in them. I have the graphics persons and the IT people number the clips. As I listen to everything, I keep cutting it. Now I'm good at editing here. Let me tell you something. Nobody here could beat me in editing. Nobody. Years ago, all by myself, and you can ask Russell. We on a murder scene, and by the time we tape it, hand me the flash drive. I have my Apple laptop, and I'm editing right there, and we driving. So, like that. Cutting. And here now, by the time I reach my studio, bam, ready. And you know, people take hours to do that. But until I have a gift, I always tell people, I have a gift. I have a gift, and I have other gifts, and I have other gifts. That in coming times you will get to know about it. You know, ladies and gentlemen, last night, conversation with the Prime Minister, he said there are 2 areas, clip 1, 2 areas. Listen to him. Get that audio up and control it.
Enough in the 2 areas. 1, health, COVID, vaccines, and the other, education, school children, scholarships, bursaries, and of course, all that goes with that.
Right, so he said it's two things. COVID, he's going to deal with the vaccine, then it's education, health and scholarship. But it's really 2 things he's dealing with. 2 things. health and education. So he come out first and tell you, bam, viewers, we're going to deal with this thing. So he say he don't like the rah, rah, rah thing now. You know, he don't like that when news come out, he don't like the rah, rah, rah. But he's a wajang by himself, eh? He's a wajang by himself. I don't know if he's forgetting that on clip 2.
A lot of challenges that we face on a daily basis. Sometimes I try deliberately to be a little quiet so that the rah-rah, the janjat doesn't get too high and doesn't become too disturbing. But it's not that there's something to, a lot of challenge.
He said you don't like janjat, and it's not janjat, it's janjat. You know what I mean? Janjat. You have to have the tongue, you have to say janjat. Huh. If I tell you why I don't like you, because you're a failure. And put in the scriptures in it, you know. Put in the, you see, so you don't like that kind of, you know, mayhem, people crying out, people bawling, people want help. He don't like that. Rah, rah, rah. Hey, I want help. I'm helping. My child don't want no milk. We want money. He don't like that. He come out and say he don't like the rah, rah, rah. He don't like the junction, the confusion, the bacchanal. But it's not bacchanal, you know. It is not about bacchanal. It is all about listening to the voices of the people. Listening to the voices of the displaced. Listen to the voices of the person that didn't get a grant. Listen to the voices and the cry of the children that don't have no milk. That don't have no electronic item stuff to look at, to do their Zoom classes. Listen to the unemployed parents. Listen to the father that I worked for the whole year last year because construction industry went down. But he called that janjat. He called that rah, rah, rah. So when you start to cry, when you start to bawl, he said, I rah, 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 that janjat, that bacchanal. He don't like that. He come and say, no, sis, imagine last year, he said he preparing, you know. He preparing everything in clip 3. Listen to it.
Because by January of 2020, we had begun to respond and prepare very seriously to face a pandemic. Because...
Yeah, he said by January, you know, we was acting serious. Play back clip 3 now. Listen to it now, man. He said January. Listen to it.
Because by January of 2020, we had begun to respond and prepare very seriously to face a pandemic. Because...
Right. To face a pandemic. Later down the speech, he said, no government leader, no leader around the world in this era has ever experienced a pandemic. Like no prime minister, nobody in the Caribbean, nobody. And he said a pandemic, but yet still, they had carnival. Come now. Something so serious, Rowley, something so serious, a pandemic, when no leader in this hemisphere has ever experienced, no leader, no prime minister, no president, nobody in the world ever experienced, this generation ever experienced a pandemic, but you had carnival. Come now, let me talk. You had carnival, where thousands of persons was able to come to Trinidad, where money spent, millions and millions of dollars, masqueraders, everybody come, everybody go, everybody come here, everybody go. But yet you preparing in January for a pandemic. I'm just letting you know, So we understand that now. He started the blame game. He started to blame and he said, boy, when I come here, I didn't get no money. The UNC and them, they crash everything. Let me go with that. Let me go with clip, let's go with clip 4.
But I tell you what this government has had to do. We have had to struggle with a collapsing economy in 2015 because our economy started to go off the rails in 2014 because of external forces on our revenue. By 2015, we were in some serious difficulty. But when the pandemic came in 2020, the biggest problem that the government of Trinidad and Tobago faced was to take responsibility for this population so that when the pandemic was over, you would still have jobs, you would still be alive, you would still have your children to go to school, you would still have as much.
He said he didn't have no money, yeah? He come and he said he didn't have no money. He come and he say he didn't have no money in 2015, yeah? He come and he say it had no money. It had no money. But I want to ask you something. If you come in a place, you come in a house with children, with people in the house, people working, the working class. You ever hear the joke back? I give it on TV. The working class by John Agitation. But I want to get into that. The working class, blam, bam, bam, everybody, these children and everybody. You come in a house and say, it has no money, it has nothing to eat, really. But you have your money hide away. You have car to cut, to feed, to run your route. Because you cannot tell me, if 2015 you said it had no money, will you really get money? Will you get 48 million in May? Now, remember, it's 16 you're coming, 2015 coming on to the end. Fiscal year started somewhere around there in September, to the next September. So I just hitting you somebody's shots. You buy ferry. How much millions you spend? All kind of project, painting, you buy new car, all kind of thing. Stolmaya Castle, 48 million. I'm just showing you. These are just images fast. Right? You come and the Whitehall cost 32 million. Now these figures, ladies and gentlemen, these are the figures they give. Because people who have done these projects said that these projects went to over 100 million. Like Whitehall, like Stolmaya Castle cost 100 plus. Whitehall cost 100 plus. You come the President House, oh God, everybody knows 200 something million we spend. 200 something million we spend, and for God in heaven, we can never hear from her. For God in heaven, we don't hear from her. We don't know if she's in quarantine. If she come out of quarantine, I don't know. And when you ask, they swell up them out like crap, like the vex. No, we have reason to ask. Because that we money, that we taxpayers' money. That is your money, that your taxpayers' money there. You living in we house, that we money. In January 24, 20, they spent 441 million on the Red House. But yet you come and say, it's a terrible economy you face, eh? Over 500 million. Milflow, over 10 million. Arima General Hospital, 1,600,000,000. No, I'm just telling you, I'm just letting you know. Point 14 Hospital, 1.2 billion. Yeah, I'm just saying, you know. The Surrey Community Center projects, over $11 million. San Fernando water. Well, hold on. Come back to me. San Fernando waterfront. The waterfront, ladies and gentlemen. The waterfront. Let me get the waterfront now, man. Expected to cost over 137 billion. And billions, and listen, hundreds of millions already spending. But let me talk, you say it had no money. You come and you say it had no money. That way you come and say, I didn't come and say that. No. You come and say, oh, you face a rep, a messed up, you were thrown in a mess. Oh, you could be thrown in a mess and you get all that money all of a sudden. Will you get all that money all of a sudden? I'm just asking you. Will you get the Ministry of Health Headquarters over $249 million? But will you come in now? What you come in now, ladies and gentlemen, and you say that thing real bad, but yet you have time to pay people to fix Red House? No, I'm just showing you. Watch, look, I have it here. Look, I can put it up and show you all the little clips, all the little figures where everybody got in the Red House. Look at it. Site work and demolition, 2 million. Structure and block work, 32 million. Seismic retrofitting, 37 million. Another one to the internal and external render, 38 million. Roofing and associates, 20 million. Carpentry work. Bird eradication, termite, 998,000 to run bird. 998,000 a man get money to run bird and pigeon. And I have pigeon in my house right now, you know. I have pigeon in my house, but a man get 998,000 to run bird. Doors and windows, 51 million. Metal works, 18 million. Plumbing installation, 7 million. Air condition installation, 13 million. Air condition installation again, 13 million. Sprinkler, 4 million plus. Lift installation, 4 million plus. Electrical installation, 60 million plus. Floor wall ceiling finishes, 42 million plus. Floor wall ceiling finishes, 17 million plus. External work, 27 million plus. Enabling work, scaffolding, temporary roof removal, 3 million plus, 2 million plus. 6 TV broadcasting services, 6 million. And imagine, all you don't even know audio when they're talking. Just imagine that. Look at the kind of money now, man. Furniture fit out. 3 million. Structure, cabling, voice and data. 2 million plus. And you come and telling me that when you reach 2015, it did not no money. You don't like rah when we start to talk. No, I'm breaking it down because that people really didn't understand it. Really didn't understand it, ladies and gentlemen. Look at clip 5.
Not the least of which was to fund tens of thousands of households, failing which a lot of people in this country would have been starving. There were a lot of households in this country when we had to shut the country down, say stop. You remember when we had that prayer service at the Prime Minister's residence? I read a verse from the book of Isaiah, a few lines, and it was all about withdrawing for a moment to let this evil pass. That's when we shut our country down.
Stop. You should be ashamed to use the book of Isaiah. A man like you shouldn't even put God in your mouth. I tell you that on national television. You know Bible. You look like you know Bible. But all I know is no adulterer and fornicator will enter the kingdom of heaven. That is something I know. But if you know Bible, you say, lock yourself inside until this evil pass. We know the book of Isaiah. We all Christians. But then again, I realize you have done some voracious reading. Voracious reading. Bible just like to give me, brother, as they say when we stand up in the church, scripture reading time. So I wanted to ask Brother Rowley to turn his Bible to Proverbs chapter 29 verse 2. Turn your Bible since you're reading Bible. What does it say? When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. So just to let you know, the reason why that we are bawling and groaning and crying every day, ladies and gentlemen, is that the wicked administration that is ruling Trinidad, we are bawling. So I just want to give Brother Rowley the scripture. Let us take a fast break.
Visit the Classic Tiles showroom at number 64 Endeavour Road, Chaguanas, and view our wide selection of mosaic, planks, ceramic, porcelain, and religious tiles to suit every style and budget. We cater to do-it-yourself projects and professionals. Our helpful staff is ready to assist. We also carry a variety of tools, paints, accessories, and equipment. Call us at 665-1547 for unbeatable prices. Shop at Classic Tiles today.
Meet the world's first apple cider vinegar gummy, the Goalie Gummy. Apple cider vinegar has many benefits. Strengthens your immune system, helps manage weight, supports healthy digestion, enhances energy, helps your body detoxify, and more. Vegan, gluten-free, non-GMO, organic. Finally, a delicious way to get all the benefits of apple cider vinegar.
Goalie, exclusively distributed by Civic Distributors. Available at all leading pharmacies nationwide.
Get delicious meals and cold drinks at Double R Restaurant and Bar. Enjoy local cuisine daily and our Saturday Riverline menu, fireside duck, cascadoo, goat head, lagoon rice, and more. Delivery available in the Chaguanas area. Call us today for more info.
Trios Medical offers affordable medical supplies. We rent, sell, and service medical beds, wheelchairs, and more. Refill oxygen tanks in only 5 minutes. Call us today at 800 Trios. 4 locations nationwide and coming soon to Grand Bazaar.
New Eyewear presents its luxury eyewear collection. Come and see some of the biggest brands in the eyewear industry. Versace, Nike, Nine West, Coach, Michael Kors, Ray-Ban and much more. Get great specials and promos every day. Pre-selected frame with special brand purchases. Get digital customized lenses with nano-film anti-glare coatings and transition lenses. Situated at 91D Montrose Main Road, Chaguanas. Call 672-5052 or 390-3196. Conditions apply.
Idris Marketing Limited, the Caribbean's largest supplier of wrought iron parts and accessories. We carry a wide selection of handcrafted decorative security steel doors, UPVC and aluminum windows, zinc RHS, gate tracks, hinges, razor spikes and welding equipment. Come see our stainless steel department where we cater for domestic and commercial use. Visit us today at Freeport and Arapita Avenue for your beautification and security needs. Don't wait until it's too late.
Try our high-quality unbleached bromate-free all-purpose and baker's flour. Low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisha Limited, 665-3336 or visit us at Warrenville, Canupia. Custom Canopy.
Delicious meals and cold drinks at Double R Restaurant and Bar. Enjoy local cuisine daily and our Saturday Riverline menu, fireside duck, cascadoo, goat head, lagoon rice and more. Delivery available in the Chaguanas area. Call us today for more info.
Mash him up. You have to mash him up. You have to mash him up. Somebody said give him it back. Give him back the word. Give him back the word now. Because you know what? It looked like you take the word is, since he has Brother Rowley, you and I know the scriptures that you know, if you don't hide the word, you don't hide the word in your heart, but sometimes the devil would, you know, you'll do things and he might pull out the word from your heart. So let me put it back. What you say? You had a meeting? You had
Not the least of which was to fund tens of thousands of households, failing which a lot of people in this country would have been starving. There were a lot of households in this country when we had to shut the country down, say stop. You remember when we had that prayer service at the Prime Minister's residence? I read a verse from the book of Isaiah, a few lines, and it was all about withdrawing for a moment to let this evil pass.
I do not know why you didn't go with the evil and not when it passed. I don't know if it let this evil pass. Then you should have accompanied that evil along his merry way. You understand? Because you are an evil man. And I'll tell you again, Brother Rowley, hide this word in your heart, Proverbs 29 verse 2. Put that word in your heart. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bears rule, the people mourn. So he went on to say, ladies and gentlemen, he went on to say, in clip number 7, he spoke about the, you know, he liked to bring things now. He spoke about the British government. Listen to him.
Government abandoned their budget and borrowed almost £5 billion as a result of trying to respond to this COVID. The closure of the border.
Now the British government is saying that borrow money by how much million pounds? 5 billion. But you have to understand, you're looking at 6. You cannot compare this 2x2 place that we have here, this little jupa, to the big house out there. You know they say when you're in jupa, when you're in little house, big house, they call you. And that is what you are doing. You're in a little house school yourself. You are dropping the sea. Will you coming and telling me about Britain and how they borrow money? Because you have like a lawyer, you're building a case to defend you and your accomplices and them. Because if you go back to Britain population, ladies and gentlemen, is over 68 million. 68 million. The current population of London is 9.4 million. So what are you talking about? What you talking about, Mr. Rowley? But then they're asking the most important question. And look at this man. Now, this is a clip, ladies and gentlemen, I will keep referring to. Clip number 8. He started talking about Tobago. Oh, watch. Hear how this man. Now, I have no problem with Tobago, you know. For those of you who don't know what's happening in Tobago, let me tell you what is going on in Tobago currently. This is in no way to discredit Tobago. But just to let you know that all the hotels are booked. It book. Hotels book. Hold on again, my thing, hold on. The hotels are booked. In Tobago, they have Easter period of 98% of the villas pack out, 76% of the apartments, and 67% of the hotels. But Tobago County Medical Officer Tiffany Hoy telling you, all they come now, all of this. But why we can't do that in Trinidad? Why we can't do that in Trinidad? Why we can't open back Fun Splash? Why you can't open because we on an island? But thing booming in Tobago, but I'll show you how he contradicts himself. I will show you how he contradicts himself. Go to clip number 8.
We did more than survive. Except for some restrictions in the food service trade where we not allowing alcohol in certain conditions, in seated arrangements or in standing arrangements at bars. Bars are still open, but they're not allowed to do the usual barring thing. You go and line by the bar and congregate, because the one thing that worked for us and works for everybody in this virus fight is don't congregate, because you have to assume that every one of us is a carrier of the virus, and certainly every one of us could be a receiver of the virus. So this separation is an integral part, and that is why we said, yeah, you can buy beers, you can buy drinks in the bar, but you can't congregate to drink it.
You can't congregate.
It prevented you from doing a lot of things where congregation was the physical aspect of it.
You can't congregate, yeah? You can't congregate in the bar. Listen to him now, because that's an integral part. That is how Corona spreads. But you didn't study that when you was whining your tail for local election. You didn't study that. You didn't study that when all of us getting it.
And then I put my hand on your shoulder. Long time you must to come over. Beat you until the lockdown is over. Bend down and show me where you want it. Shiny one going on. Vote for the BLM. Vote for the BLM. Vote for the BLM. Yo, vote for the BLM. Vote for the BLM.
Yeah, but how come you don't study that? How so? Oh, wait. Yeah, I'm confused, Mr. Prime, Brother Rowley. Since you're quoting scriptures, yeah, I'm confused. How come in Tobago it all that thing, but we can't open no bar in Trinidad? Because that is how the thing really spread. But remember all that time you flexing to, you know, right foot, left foot, you know. Remember, because let me tell you something. Three-quarter of them even have a device over, and three-quarter of them will be here walking away, you know, but he only chaining up their head, you know. That's what he does to his people, and play with their head, you know. Play with their head, you know. The Stockholm Syndrome where they're doing you all kind of thing, but after a while you believe they like you. They kidnap you, they do you all kind of thing, and after you believe you have doctors, they care for you, they're trying to give you a better life. Some, you know, a little escape thing. So let me ask you something now. How all the time you're talking, so that why back are open? But look, I see you involved in dancing. You're running your route, normal. Because you have your reason. This government is a racist government. It is a racist government. There's no excuse for closing down bars, ladies and gentlemen. There's no excuse. He come and he started talking. When he feel he get you with that in all head last time, he started talking about Italy and mask. But where he was wearing masks in Tobago, nobody had on a mask when they're whining and flexing. You right there, nobody have on a mask. Let's go to clip number 9.
Let me say something to you here in Trinidad and Tobago tonight. Doesn't matter what you think about how good the situation is and what is happening to you personally. The virus and its threat, the pandemic, are not over. We are still in a pandemic. Do not for 1 minute believe that because we have not experienced the worst or a very bad situation that for us the pandemic is over. That is exactly when we drop our guard, stop doing the things that we have done to get us in this situation, and overnight the pandemic would be expressed in this country in a way that it had not been expressed before. So you stop wearing your mask, you start a party, you're ignoring the sanitizing and other things. We could easily become infected or reinfected. And I want to say, having said that God forbid, if we find ourselves in a situation again where the response is to lock down the country. It's just happening in Italy. They have to lock down the country afterwards, almost a year. After about a year, when you think that the pandemic had passed, into lockdown. Very many European countries are now into lockdown, some for the 3rd time.
Yeah, but you're talking about Italy, but why don't you tell them the population of Italy? Come out and tell them the population, because you wasn't wearing no mask. We on an island here, partner. We on an island, you have to understand, we're surrounded by water, And you are preaching to the choir, You are telling the same people the same thing every day, Tell them what is the population of Italy, Rowley. The population of Italy is over 60 million, maybe 6.3, 6.4. 6.3 or 6.4. But you ask yourself what they did with the money. I asked him myself because he said they help everybody. He said they help everybody with the money. Here lie now. I want to let you hear lie. Everybody, you know what? They rent a crowd. Everybody clapping. Hey, wait. And half of them, they even have a cent in the pocket. They have more money, but champagne taste. Half of them, I tell you that. And pick people and bring them. Why didn't bring the vendors and them? Why didn't bring the farmers and them? Why didn't bring the single mothers to ask pertinent questions that affect their lives on a daily basis? You wouldn't do that. You wouldn't do that because you know you're a bully. You know you just want to make everything look right. Showbiz for you. You just up in your red socks, flams in. Never see come see. Where do we the money? Here lie. Go to clip number 10.
We have pretty much used up what wiggle room we had to fund support in the way that it was funded last year. And if you think if we get back into that situation, we will find the resources to fund it again. I'm putting this country on notice. The resources are not available. Not available. With the best will in the world, we will not find money to give 50 and 60,000 people a paycheck every month for 3 months.
Yeah, but
so it is easier, cheaper.
Yeah, but we
better.
do with the money. We do with the money, partner. Partner, we do is 18 billion all you're spending now. $18 billion we do with the money. We do with the money, Mr. Man. We do with the money. That is what I want to find out today. Because I know when the corona come, the government of Trinidad and Tobago receive over $2.3 billion in international funding for COVID management. Over $2.3 billion, yeah? In Development Bank give them 2.8. April 15, 2020, they gave 350 million TT. April 24th, they get 6.7 million TT. June 29th, they get over 1.5 billion. July 2nd, they get 700 million. July the 7th, they get 140 million from the World Bank. That's some $2.3 billion. But ladies and gentlemen, you know, ladies and gentlemen, I tell you, you are a chronic liar. You are a chronic liar. What you send it on no money? You send it on no money? But it's $18 billion these people spend in 1 year. $18 billion it cost them. I didn't say that. The Minister of Finance said it last night. It slipped up. Maybe he had something to drink before he come. I don't know. Or he had oil under his tongue. It slipped. Look at clip number 10. Sorry, clip number 26.
Ways, many different ways. The public health restrictions in particular have affected so many areas of business activity. It's affected small business in particular. We did spend a lot of money last year. Last time I checked, it was actually closer to $18 billion.
Billion.
Billion. $18 billion.
I get a headache. How much? All the time we going with the 18 billion? But every person in Trinidad is supposed to be wearing a Jimmy Choo and a Versace shirt and a Rolex on their hand. $18 billion, boy. But I tell you, all your thief, boy. Boy, I tell you, let me tell you something. You are reading the Bible, good enough. You're breaking the commandment. The government breaking the commandment. Thou shalt not steal. That is the commandment they're breaking today. $18 billion. And this no good man sat on a chair and say, it ain't no money. We spend so much money. But calling him, but last time say 18 billion. Let's take a break.
Beat the heat at Kinko Limited Auto AC Parts and Services. Our techs have years of experience keeping you cool and comfortable. Exceptional prices, quality work, and outstanding services. Call, WhatsApp, or come in today and take advantage of our many specials.
Mahalakshmi Astrology Center, top of High Street, San Fernando, presents Pandit Abhinav, expert in solving all your problems: love, marriage, relationships, job, health, finances, spiritual problems, addiction, and anything else. Get rid of all black magic, voodoo, obeah, evil spirits, jealousy, and negativity. Expert in bringing back your loved ones within days. Get permanent solutions for all your problems. Satisfaction guaranteed. Call 391-1133. I repeat, 391-1133.
O Snacks has set the bar with our dark chocolate dipped chewy granola bars. Double nut, irresistibly sweet and salty with almonds, peanuts, and dark chocolate. Double chocolate, a true chocolate lover's delight with 100% Trinidadian cocoa. Our bars are wholesome and delicious. They combine the best of nature in every bite. Go on, try them. O Snacks dark chocolate dipped chewy granola bars. Healthy never tasted this good.
Save money at Neil Pool. Service any unit starting at $175. Comforter units for only $2,050. Or get a Lennox unit for only $2,700. Massive sale now on. Call to book your appointment today.
Come on down to Adams Optical, where we offer free comprehensive eye exams with free frames and a 3-month payment plan with no interest. We have a wide selection of frames and shades for everyone, and we also specialize in contact lens examination. We are located at RRM Plaza on High Street, San Fernando and 91 Montrose Main Road, Chaguanas. Find us on Facebook or visit us in store. Adams Optical.
Get store-wide savings at RS Save With Us Supermarket. Fill your cart with food items, dry goods, household and cleaning supplies, and much more. Our shelves are always fully stocked, located at 141 Union Road, Marabella. Visit us today.
Do you know just how important tires are in getting the maximum performance from your car? Dunlop, a leading manufacturer of ultra-high performance tires, carefully designed grooves and blocks for more rubber-to-road contact.
Marketing Company Limited and view our large stock of ready-made wrought iron designs. Visit us at 44 Montrose Main Road, Chaguanas, or call 235-4283-GATE or 235-4766-IRON. Organifi Green is the #1 gently dried superfood. Increase mental capacity and reduce stress with ashwagandha, the major ingredient in the superfood blend. Feel relaxed and reduce stress with a solid dose of antioxidants in the alkaline greens blend. Available at pharmacies nationwide or contact Radiant Health and Fitness, the sole distributor for Organifi in TNT today. Get store-wide savings at RS Save with Us supermarket. Fill your cart with food items, dry goods, household and cleaning supplies, and much more. Our shelves are always fully stocked, located at 141 Union Road, Marabella. Visit us today.
This is craziness. You know, he come out and said, you when he talked last night that the Secretary General for CARICOM did not meet the Prime Minister for India. But yet he was thanking him. There are clips outside here, and they bring all kind of paper to fool you. And let me show you how. Let me show you how his tendencies. He talking a kind of Indian talk. Let me show you a kind of Indian talk, because everybody everybody in the Caribbean could thank the Indian government. The government from India. Thank them for whatever they get. But you too big. You too big. You see, you want to beg. There's racket you want to run. You want a free thing. You want to, it's racket you want to run. And let this, you see 18 billion? Hey, it come like everybody going to thief, boy. And a man ball out and say, we robbing the place. How much I get it? How much I get it? 18 million? No, boy. It's 18 billion we get, boy. Ooh. Wow, 18 billion. And you even get a grant. You get a grant, you know, but left foot, right foot. Take it in your waist. He come with an Indian talk. Listen in clip 11.
In Trinidad and Tobago, of not moving to get Trinidad and Tobago's share of some 500,000 vaccines that are available to us from the government of India. Because a lot of people in this country, either by ancestry or by political persuasion, have taken it upon themselves to be mouthpieces for the government of India.
You hear
500,000 vaccines available.
A lot of people, if it's by ancestry or what, take it upon themselves to be the mouthpiece for the... We are trying to say, Indian talking out, that we are trying, but that layman thing that we are doing, you know, that is a very racist statement. That is a very, very racist statement. That is a racist statement to make and put it in a very nice way, you know. Sugarcoat it well, you know. If you listen to it, listen back to, just listen to that from in clip 11.
Moving to get Trinidad and Tobago's share of some 500,000 vaccines that are available to us from the government of India. Because a lot of people in this country, either by ancestry or by political persuasion, have taken it upon themselves to be mouthpieces for the government of India. 500,000 vaccines.
You know what he's saying for layman? All the Indian talking. Because maybe all their ancestors or political persuasion, all they support an Indian party, so all they're talking to the people in India. That is layman term, that is what he's saying. But he put it in a kind of way, you know, use fancy words that you all wouldn't understand, and he might pass it straight last night. But that is what he's saying. He even spoke about the opposition in clip 12.
Those of you who heard the Prime Minister, the opposition leader last Monday night would have known how disgraceful that performance was. Because I made reference to something called vaccine apartheid. It wasn't my phrase. I was simply quoting a phrase that came out of England, where reporters in England were talking about vaccines only being available to the rich white countries of the north of the world and not being available.
You see what he doing? He knew exactly what he doing. Maybe the opposition highlighted it. So that is why he said by ancestry or political persuasion. All you're calling the ancestry is what? If I am East Indian, my ancestors came from India. That is a very racist statement to make. That is not nice. It doesn't look good. People are disenfranchised with you, and you know, a certain group of people that own bars and whatnot. And it's coming out, it's coming out. You can't hold it back. It's coming out, it's coming out. It is coming out. But I want something, you see where he said that no agent in Trinidad could get his vaccine? I want all you always remember this clip here because I'm waiting to catch him. The day I see anybody, any agency, any company who's distributed to that drug in Trinidad and Tobago, I will make sure and boost this to 100 million people. That clip on clip 13.
Here in Trinidad and Tobago, that the reason why we're not getting vaccine is because we are laying the groundwork for friends of ours in the local business community, party financiers to bring in the vaccine. What is the fact? The producers of vaccines outside of Trinidad and Tobago where they didn't produce have told the local agents here, don't bother, you are not required. There's no local agent in Trinidad and Tobago. Even though there are local agents for the companies making the vaccine, they have been excluded from the supply. So COVID-19 vaccines are probably the only medication.
Right, yeah. So make sure it's no agent. They said no agent. They bypass all the agent and the dealing direct are waiting to see when you're friend on them. Start to bring vaccine in here. You better make sure it falls from the sky because I'll be waiting like a hawk. And here the man, remember just now he's saying he died by bar open because when people congregate together, you know, it have a way in spreading. You don't want to open the bar for the people because maybe the ancestry from India, political persuasion, whatever. People figuring it out, partner. But when you go on a holiday, what you just do? And you just drink rum, you just wind up, you just get on dirty. When you're on a holiday, you don't care. You open my shirt. I'm in Manhattan, maybe I'm in London, maybe I'm in Jamaica, I'm in St. Lucia, I'm in Caracas. Yeah, all over the world. When I'm on holiday, I'm relaxing, I'm sipping something. You're doing all kind of bacchanal thing. But let me show you nasty is. Yet you're telling people take vacation in Tobago. Yet you're telling them take vacation in Tobago in clip 14. Go ahead.
Story going to be the ferry. This is going to be an Easter where anybody who wants to go to Tobago can go and come back when you want. So you know what's happening now? Tobago is almost full and overflowing. The place to be is in Tobago. And I tell you, the best vacation you can have at home in Trinidad and Tobago is in Tobago. Go to Tobago if you want, but when you go there, behave yourself. Behave yourself. We are in a pandemic. Wear your mask. Stay away from crowds. No partying, and so on and so on. And you can have a wonderful Easter in Tobago. Nobody asking you to go to sea and bathe in a mask on your face. But when you come out of the water, before you go to anybody, put on your mask and everybody gonna be all right. And that for me is a success of the people of Trinidad and Tobago in whom government places.
And you pay people to clap. You pay people to clap. There's a clap. Yeah, everybody there, boy. I do business or I say it, boy. But if you could give them that advice, why you can't get the bar owners that come now, man, let me talk now, man, let me talk. Why you cannot give that same advice? Go to Tobago, the best holiday. Where does go? So, like we go in the pool in the villas, when we went to the, you can't tell me I've been to Tobago. I have stayed at the finest. I have no problem. I love Tobago people. But what good for Tobagonians, good for Trinidadians. You're telling people go on the best vacation. So when I go vacation, me are drinking rum. When you go, you're getting drunk. When you go, you're winding up. You're winding up, you're doing it different, up in the shades and all kind of way. Up by Drunken Joe's and all my friends up there. We lime in the club, we dancing, we drinking, you're walking, you have a beer there, give a beer there, boy. Hey, rum running in the night, whole night you're cooking, whole night you're eating, you're diving in the pool. Come back here, eat sponge cake, we doing all kind of thing. Because we on holiday. Why don't you give that same advice to people in Trinidad so we can have a great Easter? We can open it. Why are you doing that for? Why are you doing that? But anyhow, I hear goat, I hear it have a talk, I hear not talk. I hear a man had 2,000 sheep in Tobago. A certain man. But they're making sure goat come from Venezuela and the price of goat meat skyrocket in Trinidad. For the man to jump out and sell he meet. You don't know what I'm talking about. You're renting house in Tobago. What people just do? What we just do? When they go to Tobago and beach house, you're making sure the pastor see, oh God, come now, man, brother to brother, come now. You're making sure we have a little drink. Private house in Tobago, private house in Trinidad, you're busting it down. You're whining in your pool. You can't even have a little party behind your pool. I can't have nothing. By your own house, you're dancing. You're breaking on the gate with your own family. But you're telling people, go to Tobago. You see, last night, all you didn't watch this thing and study this thing. All you just sit down, so, with your mouth open in the east. You need to listen. You need to listen because the individual we are dealing with is a wicked man. Imagine in a pandemic and all kind of thing. $18 billion done spent. And you telling me about all you're talking to the people in India because ancestry or political this. What you're trying to say is only Indian. That is not a good thing to say, boy. It's going up in your head. Let's take a break. No more breaks? Great, 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 great. He also said that by the end of the year in clip 15, listen to him.
Expecting to get our first shipment of a few tens of thousands from the COVAX. And that was the first tranche. And of course, we expect a second and a third tranche going into the middle of the year. And by the end of the year, much of what I just mentioned here is going to be behind us. Unless, of course, we end up in situations where there are mutations of the virus require...
Yeah, we see it. Yeah, we see it. So quite down the year, all they're going to get, you know. All they was getting in trenches. So them going to lock down this place. Quite down the road, you know. But look how we telling people to go to the Tobago. The best vacation. Since when you come, you say, where is this? You're an agent? Where you is? You selling tours? Where you selling boat ride? Children can't go there. Children, they better make sure, Mr. Rowley, don't play us sending people to break down we house in Trinidad, you know. Because we on vacation too. We children and we go put a blow-up pool. We go a rum, we go a barbecue. We go do oil long, we go cook a duck, we go do all kind of thing. Because they're doing it in Tobago, we're doing it in Trinidad. We are not going to take a bully like you. We are not going to tolerate it. We are not going to tolerate it, ladies and gentlemen. And let me show you something. How we mouth slipping, because you know people like to go Korea on a Monday. Remember the market vendors and them when they work from Thursday to Sunday. That people can't go in the beach on a Saturday and Sunday because they work in the restaurant people, the bar people, they go on a Monday. But he tongue slip. Just like the Minister of Finance. Look at clip number 16.
Opening up slowly. Only yesterday we approved people going out on the beaches. A simple, normal, mundane thing like going on the beaches to protect the turtles.
Yeah, but it's small slip. We say a little Monday. You know, play it back, start it over.
Only yesterday we approved people going out on the beaches. A simple, normal, mundane thing like going on the beaches to protect the turtles. We approved that yesterday and a lot of people were happy. We are anxiously awaiting a lot of our younger children coming out of school in a few weeks immediately after Easter. We are looking to see how much we can do bit by bit. I know some people are anxious. It is that anxiety or an unwillingness to pay the low price.
Turtle, you go watch Turtle, you go watch Turtle. You go watch Turtle. Turtle watching. To see about the turtles and whatnot. It's not for turtle watching, it's for patrol. I tell you, this man here, that very statement you use, you see that very statement? You see that statement where you talk about an Indian thing? That is not a good statement to play. That is not a good trump. That is not a good card. But you remember you tell everybody go to Tobago. But here we're saying in clip 23 now. But restaurant now. Hear this one. 23.
To allow the local economy to get a boost.
Well, again, in the context of, for the areas that are stopped at 10 o'clock, the reason for that is the more people are close together and the longer they stay close together, the better your chances of spreading the infection. So what we do, we limit the space by physical distancing and we limit the exposure by the number of hours you have mass outings. So that's the main reason. That is the reason why we stop it at a particular time. Because if the whole country is out 24 hours, then more people are out longer. And the chances of the
Hey, let me tell you something. People, let me tell you something. The shots are hitting you here. Nobody can hit you these shots, you know. And I'm more to TOBAGO. You take next week. You can't get all in one night. You gotta relax yourself. But let me tell you something. Look at the reason for not opening the bars and them, because you say people congregating, people. But what do you gonna have a vacation for? And the villas full, and all the villas full right now. 98%. This one full. Everybody full. It have pools in the villas. Yeah, it have pools in the villas. It have people going. 10, 15 people staying in one big house, one big apartment building, and you said it, and you said, so how come you can say no? Because you can't congregate, but you're telling me go to TOBAGO. I just leaving here with clip 14.
This is going to be an Easter where anybody who wants to go to TOBAGO can go and come back when you want. So you know what's happening now? TOBAGO is almost full and overflowing. The place to be is in TOBAGO. And I tell you, the best vacation you can have at home in Trinidad and Tobago is in TOBAGO. Go to TOBAGO if you want, but when you go there, behave yourself. Behave yourself. We are in a pandemic.
Yeah, but...
Wear your mask.
We in a pandemic in Trinidad too. But look, you're telling people that you can't open bars because after 10, you know, and rum. You talk about rum. When you drink rum, now there's that kind of thing. So where you think people carrying across their Morby? Juice? Where for the church we going and play? We are going to play church. Is wine up or we just do it? Dirty wine. We going to get on dirty in the pool. Man carrying their little friend. Ting. Girls going over. Venice going over. Everybody going over. And you invite them to come over. But when we open the bar, all they want to come and shut me down. You want to go by Jenny's. You want to get and bully Jenny. They want to go and bully Jenny. You want to go and bully all the little small clubs coming around. But go to TOBAGO for vacation. When you go for vacation, where does go? You're drinking, you're liming, you're fetting, you're spraying. It's a vacation on. You don't sit around. You just go. When you go to lime, when you was winding up in South, you had your Bible in your hand? And you was having a good time? Right. When I go into TOBAGO, me I walk with Bible and thing because I don't know the scene I on. I have the Bible on my phone. Mr. Rowley, I'm going to tell you something. You see what I did tonight here? It has nothing to do with me now. I am making sure I open the eyes of the nation. I have opened the eyes of the nation. There's a man I wanted to say happy birthday to. What's his name? Kenrick Jarahir. Happy birthday to you, sir. You get that? All right, I hope you go to TOBAGO and have a good time. But don't go to TOBAGO. Line here. Kenrick, happy birthday to you. But I'm showing you, ladies and gentlemen. You're saying that why I want to open bars. I'm going to run it next week again for you. A little piece. I have some other clips. I'll run it next week for you. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to open bars in Trinidad because the cluster in everybody. But go to TOBAGO and have a good time. All the hotels book. Don't feel in Trinidad. You're coming to lock me down. I want all of you to be going live. Download my app. Support my show. That's how we're doing it. This is Ian Alleyne. This is Crime Watch. Subscribe on YouTube. I just had to open it. I have so much things to run. So much things to run. But to hell was with that. Good night, Brother Rowley. Greetings in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Good night.
Yo, there's a jungle out. There's a jungle out. Ian Alleyne's out.